right, boy, she belongs to me.
Dad.
On TV, the 7 Little Johnstons appear to be this perfect family that have big dreams and won't let anything get in their way. But not everything is as it seems. Apparently, there's actually a lot more going on with them behind the scenes that they don't let the cameras in on. From control issues to messy breakups, all the drama that's been going on will leave you speechless. On the surface, it may look like all of the kids have a close relationship with their mother Amber, but when you take a closer look, it seems like she might actually be extremely controlling and overbearing when it comes to her children. Some people have even started to notice that Amber tends to act worse toward Anna than she does toward her other children. After watching the show for some time, it's clear that there's a massive power imbalance in the household. And even though they seem like a tight-knit family, it could be that Amber has managed to keep the kids in check through fear. Over the years, it's really become clear that Amber can sometimes act just as emotionally immature as her children. Some people even think that she's jealous of her daughters and often tries to make herself the center of attention. Which is pretty ironic since Amber has opened up about the same thing happening between her and her own mother while she was growing up. Then again, this would kind of make sense. Since Amber has already been subjected to this kind of treatment, I feel like it wouldn't be that shocking if she has subconsciously started doing it to her own children too, as people often repeat what their parents did to them when they have children themselves. One of the daughters, Liz, also seems to have her own issues, and people have thought for a while now that both Liz and Amber might actually be jealous of Anna. They've even called Liz an exact copy of her mother. But despite her many issues and the fact that she's uneducated about mental health issues, it seems like Amber has done a decent job of raising her kids. They all seem decently well-adjusted and have a strong work ethic. And on top of that, it also seems like the parents do actually give the children their equal share of the money that comes from the show, which is respectable and not something that all TLC stars do. But even though we can definitely praise them for some things, there's no doubt that the parents have a huge amount of control over their kids. They even have tracking devices on them, which Amber and her husband Trent claim is just for their own peace of mind, so that they know that they made it somewhere safely. And while that might be the reason they claim they've done this, I feel like they might have taken advantage of it from time to time as well. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. As far as Liz goes, her jealousy issue isn't the only thing that she's been dealing with behind the scenes. It seems like she and her longtime boyfriend, Bryce Bolden, have recently broken up after several years together, and there seems to be some real drama behind their relationship. Back during season 7, which aired in 2020, Liz mentioned to Bryce that she might be moving in with him. She'd apparently been saying that to him since the summer before her senior year, but when she said that, he didn't appear to be all that thrilled about it. And while some people didn't blame Liz for being afraid to live on her own, since she was still pretty young and had to deal with things that most people don't, they still thought that she might be better off taking on a roommate instead of moving in with her boyfriend. While watching their relationship unfold on camera, people started to pick up on the subtle issues that Liz seemed to have. Many people think that she's bossy and overbearing, much like her mother, and they also think that those behaviors might be present in their relationship. Even though the camera never outright showed these things, it seemed obvious that their relationship wasn't all that great. It sometimes felt like things were kind of awkward and forced between them. And considering just how pushy she seemed to be, a lot of people were surprised to see Bryce hang on in the relationship for as long as he did. The comment about moving in with him definitely showed an underlying issue between them as well, since it made it seem like she'd been trying to make him do things. And if you really think about it, she never asked him if they could move in together. She really just kind of told him. Some people also thought that Liz was pushing him for a ring, but it was clear that he wasn't ready to do that. I mean, that made a lot of sense. They were really just coming out of high school, and they hadn't had a chance to get to know themselves outside of a relationship yet. What's also crazy is that the breakup rumors seem to suggest that Bryce's parents might be more involved in the breakup than you might think. For one, his parents have never posted pictures of him and Liz together on social media, even though they do post pictures of his siblings and their significant others. So it kind of looks like his parents never really approved of the relationship and didn't support it for one reason or another. And it's very possible that Liz's controlling and pushy attitude in the relationship could be why his parents didn't really like Bryce being with her. It's also possible that his parents pushed him to stand up for himself, and when he finally did, that was when things started to go bad between him and Liz. But that's all just speculation, really. Since the breakup, Liz has wiped all traces of Bryce from her Instagram. But interestingly enough, he still has pictures of her on his. When news about their breakup first came out, it really seemed like nobody was surprised. Everyone kind of thought that Bryce had looked miserable last season. A lot of people also suspected that Liz might have given him an ultimatum or bluffed by breaking up with him, only for him to not fight her on it. And even though that's really just speculation yet again, since she has been so pushy in their relationship behind the scenes, I honestly wouldn't put it past her to do something like this. It just really seems like she pushed Bryce to his limit and he just had enough. After the breakup, Liz started posting some very dramatic and mysterious posts to her her Instagram, which were no doubt about Bryce. Even though her mother Amber has previously warned her not to post things like that on social media because it can stay around forever. But this really isn't the first time that she's done something like this, and it looks like Liz just doesn't really care right now. She's probably just trying to get attention and express how she feels without really saying it, which is pretty common for young relationships, though her public profile really makes it a lot more embarrassing. The next season of the show will go into more detail about the breakup, and hopefully it'll shed more light on what exactly happened between the two of them. But what do you guys think about all this? Do you think Liz was pushy and controlling in her relationship with Bryce? Do you think Amber is jealous of her children and secretly wants to be the center of attention? Let me know in the comments below.